Hello learners, this is Sahabuddin Ahamed, Assistant Professor, Department of English at Pandit Sundarlal Sharma Open University, Chhattisgarh, Bilaspur. Welcome you all to this virtual lecture. In this session, we will delve into Aristotle Poetics, a seminal work in the history of literary criticism and theory. I hope you are all feeling ready for an engaging journey into the world of literature and drama. Today, we have the privilege of exploring one of the foundational texts that have shaped the way we understand storytelling, character development, and the emotional power of literature. Now, our focus is Aristotle Poetics. Now, you might wonder, dear learners, why Aristotle Poetics? What makes this text relevant to us in the 21st century? The significance of Aristotle Poetics cannot be overstated. Aristotle's work is a timeless guide that provides critical insights into the art of storytelling. It offers a framework for understanding the mechanics of literature and drama, a mechanics that influence the world of literary theory and criticism. Poetics serves as a cornerstone in the study of literature and drama. It is a compass that not only enriches our appreciation of classical works but also empowers contemporary worlds. And whether you are passionate about ancient Greek tragedies or modern novels, understanding Aristotle's principles will enhance your ability to engage and interpret literary works. Now, before we delve into the core concepts of Aristotle Poetics, it is essential for us to understand the man behind this influential work. Now, Aristotle, whose full name was Aristotle of Stagira, who lived from 384 BC to 322 BC, he was a remarkable scientist, thinker, and ancient Greece, and his contribution is vast and immense, and that shaped the intellectual history of the world. Now we are moving to his early life. Aristotle was born in the ancient city of Stagira, now in the northern Greece, and Aristotle's father was Nicomedes, who this upbringing helped Aristotle later interest in science, natural science, and at this time Aristotle began to develop his philosophical ideas. Now we are moving to his role as a tutor to Alexander the Great. A significant turning point in Aristotle's life came when he was invited to tutor Alexander the Great. This prince would later become known to the world as Alexander the Great, the famous Macedonian conqueror. Aristotle's influence on Alexander the Great education was so profound. He imparted to the future conqueror not only a solid foundation in philosophy but also a deep appreciation for literature and culture. This connection between Aristotle and Alexander the Great was so great that his influence spread across the world. After his time with Alexander, Aristotle returned to Athens and founded his own school known as the Lyceum. Here he continued his philosophical inquiries and teachings, creating a legacy that would well beyond his lifetime, and his philosophy covers wide range of subjects like topics, biology, ethics, politics. At that time he composed Poetics, which we will be dissecting today. Now, Aristotle lived during the golden age of ancient Greece, a period of flourishing intellectual and artistic achievement. Athens in particular was a hub of philosophical activity with thinkers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle himself, who shaped the course of the thought of the Western world. Now we have understand Aristotle's life and the historical context in which he lived. Now our focus is Aristotle Poetics. What is the scope and purpose of Aristotle Poetics? Understanding Aristotle principles, that is his Poetics, shaped the way of the world of drama and literature, and it helps us to decipher the principles of Poetics and power of literature, that is emotionally resonant, art of storytelling, character development. Poetry does not provide a faithful representation of life but the laws of probability and correlation that could or must happen in real life. Poetry or literature or that imitation or the art of human nature or life. Aristotle literature address these sorts of things, life's complexities, human nature, human character. Aristotle was particularly intrigued by the power of these narrative forms, that is tragedy and epic poetry, and Poetics primarily deals with two major forms of literature, Now we are moving to mimesis. We begin with the concept of mimesis, which is central to Aristotle Poetics. Mimesis refers to imitation. Aristotle believed that art, particularly literature and drama, imitates or mirrors reality. It is a way for artists to represent human characters, actions and emotions. Aristotle's view of mimesis goes beyond mere replication. He saw it as a transformative process where the artist select and refine aspects of reality by transforming them into narratives. Mimesis invites us to engage with art, and it helps us to analyze and explore the world of literature and drama and life's complexities. Now we are moving to catharsis. Another key concept is catharsis, that means emotional impact of a well-crafted tragedy on the audience. Catharsis is a kind of emotional purgation, purification. Aristotle believed that through the experience of catharsis, audience would reach emotional engagement, emotional release in response to the struggle and downfall of a tragic hero. This emotional release serves as a form of psychological and moral catharsis, leaving the audience not only entertained but also emotionally and intellectually enriched. Tragedy, one of the central concerns of poetics, is the study of tragedy. Aristotle was deeply interested in what made tragedies, and he took sources from Sophocles and Euripides. He believed that by dissecting the inner workings of tragedy, he could uncover universal principles that apply all forms of literature. Tragedy depicts noble characters who are above the level of ordinary human beings, and characters of great virtues, nobility, and the downfall of the tragic hero brought about by some intellectual error in judgment. Tragedy is superior to epic because tragedy has greater vividness, compression, unity of action, and it arouses pity and fear. It helps us understand the cause of human action, and it also intensifies our emotional engagement with tragic protagonist. And tragedy has social, moral, intellectual, psychological function in our understanding of the world. Tragedy expresses universal truth through its artistic representation of human life in general. Now we are turning to Aristotle discussed comedy in his Poetics. He makes a clear distinction between tragedy and comedy in Poetics. Tragedy, according to Aristotle, is serious, and it is a weighty form of drama. It deals with profound themes, that is the suffering and downfall of a tragic hero. While tragedy evokes catharsis, comedy seeks to entertain and amuse us. Comedy deals with ordinary characters in everyday situation with humorous consequences, functions, and both contribute to our understanding of the human nature. Now we are moving to epic poetry. Aristotle discussed epic poetry in his Poetics. He took sources from Homer's Iliad and Odyssey. He makes a clear distinction between tragedy and epic poetry. While epic poetry is in narrative form, tragedy has greater unity of action and vividness and compression than epic. While epic is in dramatic form, it has no limit of time and unity of place and time. Now we are moving to the core concepts that shape this influential work that helps us to analyze and explore the world of literature and drama. Aristotle discussed 6 core elements of drama. These are mainly firstly plot, character, thought, diction, melody. Now we are discussing plot. Mythos. Plot refers to the arrangements of actions and thoughts in a tragedy. Plot is the shaping principle that synthesizes and shapes all other elements. It is the soul of tragedy. It has beginning, middle, and end. The finest plot, according to Aristotle, is complex, and it has 5 elements. Firstly, the reversal of protagonist fortune, the suffering of the protagonist, discovery of the facts, and climax and denouement. Now we are discussing thought. Diana refers to the intellectual and moral aspects of a dramatic work. It encompassing the characters' dialogues, reasoning, thought process, and the underlying themes or ideas conveyed in the narrative. Thoughts are expressed through diction, that is logical arrangements of words and images. Now we are turning to diction. Aristotle discussed in his Poetics. Diction refers to the careful selection and use of words within a literary work, particularly in drama. It encompasses the vocabulary, rhetorical devices, syntax, style employed by characters, and the playwright. Aristotle discussed that diction plays a crucial role in evoking the emotions in the audience, driving the plot and shaping the dramatic atmosphere, and it reveals character traits, personality, and it has contributed to the overall effectiveness of a tragedy. Now we are discussing spectacle refers to everything that the audience sees on the stage, including set design, costume, props, special effects, physical appearance of characters. Aristotle acknowledged that while spectacle can enhance the audience engagement and enjoyment of a play, it should not be primary focus of a well-crafted drama. Instead, he argued that character development, thought, diction, and melody should take precedence. While spectacle has the function of it acts as a supplementary element to a tragedy, character and plot should engage the audience more so profoundly than mere extravagant special effects on the stage, and it has overall impact of effectiveness to the tragedy. Now we are moving to melody. Melody refers to the use of music, rhythm, and chorus in the context of ancient Greek tragedy. Aristotle discussed melody that focuses on the analysis of Greek tragedy and epic poetry, which were performed rather than read as lyrical and musical text. Melos, in the context of Aristotle Poetics, associated with the use of music, rhythm, and the role of chorus. In Greek tragedy, chorus often sang and danced that provides rhythmic and musical element and effectiveness to the dramatic performance. Now we are discussing hamartia, another concept in Aristotle Poetics. Hamartia, often translated as tragic flaw or error in judgment, sometimes mistake, and it represents a fundamental element in tragedy, that is the downfall of the tragic hero in ancient Greek tragedy. One common form of hamarsis is hubris, that means excessive arrogance or pride that leads the protagonist to violate moral, intellectual, and social norms that leads to his downfall. Now anagnorisis. In Aristotle tragedy, anagnorisis is often translated as recognition or discovery of the facts. In tragedy, it describes the moment when the hero passes from ignorance to knowledge. This could be a sudden recognition of some fact about oneself. Anagnorisis often occurs at the climax of a tragedy in tandem with peripeteia. For instance, Macbeth discovers that the witches have tricked him, that Macbeth was not born of women and he was born by caesarean birth. Now we are coming to peripeteia. Peripeteia means reversal of fortune, that is the protagonist transitions from happiness to misery or good fortune to misfortune. Peripeteia occurs in climax of a tragedy. It is the turning point in the action in tragedy where the things begin to move towards resolution. For example, Macbeth's change in his noble life after the killing of King Duncan and others characters in the play Macbeth. Now we are looking into Aristotle's influence on literary theory and criticism. Aristotle has had a profound and enduring influence on literary theory and criticism. His work Poetics, written around 335 BC. Aristotle Poetics shaped the way we understand and analyze literature. Aristotle Poetics introduced the idea of storytelling based on literature. He emphasized the importance of elements such as plot, character, thought, diction, spectacle in creating successful dramatic work. This structural approach later became the fundamental theory of literary analysis. Aristotle texts become a source of debate. Aristotle's ideas have evolved over centuries, reflecting characters, changing perspectives on literature and storytelling. And his key debates include the tension between unity and complexity, narrative representation of reality through mimesis, and emotional impact and power of literature and its ethical implications, and the intricate relationship between character development and morality. In a globalized world, Aristotle's framework for comparative analysis remains pertinent, fostering cross-cultural literary exploration. Moreover, the influence of Aristotle's Poetics extends beyond the confines of the written word. His theory impact adaptation and transformation into various media. As we know, Aristotle's theory continues to shape our understanding of the power and relevance of literature, and it offers a timeless guide through which to examine the multifaceted impact on society and the power of literature. Dear learners, this is for today, and we have completed the complete Aristotle Poetics. We'll meet soon with another video. Stay safe till then and stay happy. Thank you for watching.